Oh, it's a plugin.
Cool. So this is obviously 30-minute practice, Kundalini inspired. I've done it around kind of hip opening, so it brings in elements of the root chakra, but then also the second chakra as well. So I was just thinking, I don't have anything red or orange, but we can be thinking, yeah, we can be focusing on the water bottle. I mean, obviously, as you guys know, the Muladhara is all about grounding and stability, and then the Svadhisthana is all about creativity and sexuality and stress release, basically. So I thought we could just do a hip opener because I always find that when I'm stressed, I feel it in my hips the most. So this is all about kind of bringing in elements of the chakras to release all the stress from the hips, basically. So we're going to start in easy pose. Just to check that you guys are both feeling all right. I'm feeling a bit full, so I'll keep it nice and easy. We'll go through slowly. But I mean, if you want to come into at any point, if you want to come into a child's pose, come into a downward dog, do that. Cool. All right, so we're going to start with the second chakra kriya. So this is the breath meditation, helps to regulate the nervous system, helps to regulate the hormones. And so we start sitting in an easy pose and we'll do the full part breath. So on the first, so we do 4 inhale sniffs. On the first one, we touch thumb to index, then we go thumb to middle finger, thumb to ring finger, thumb to pinky finger, and then we breathe out for 4, going back the other way. And on the first one, we think sa, second ta, ma, and then ma, and then breathe out. Okay, so we're just going to do this for a minute or so. So maybe closing the eyes, going to go sa, ta, na, ma, and exhale for 4. Do 3 more. Inhale. Let's reach up and lean over. The right hand side, onto the right hand down. Leaning over, maybe taking the gaze up towards the left. Let's rise and exhale. Let's do the other side. And exhale to rise. Let's do one more each side. Exhale. And now reach up. And then this time on the exhale, we're going to gently fold forwards. Maybe coming to the tips of the fingers. Using the tips of the fingers just to inch forward slightly, just to increase the stretch in the shoulders. Big inhale. And exhale. We're going to gently come towards the right hand side, still staying on our fingertips. And you should get a nice stretch on the shoulder of the left hand side, maybe in the left glute as well. And exhale, and gently come to center, and to the other side. And those nice deep breaths going. Body. Maybe hold the knees. You can do the surface grind now, so we don't have to do this one. But we're going to exhale. Forward. Body. Closing the eyes. Shoulders nice and even. So the bowl, it's like we're stirring the bowl with the spoon. Nice even circles. Pause and then circle the other way. Keeping nice deep breaths going here, maybe bringing in the chair breath. Into body, engage the mother around there, squeeze everything nice and tight, and then relax. Okay, shift back, and again squeeze, and come back into cross-legged posture, but with your legs the other way than you had them before. We're just going to do a nice inhale and fold forward again. Gently bring our hands inching over to the right hand side. Back. Seated. And we're going to come forward, rock forward onto hands and knees for some cat cow. So exhaling first, rounding the shoulders, doming the spine, and tailbone down, head down. Tailbone. Exhale. Push through the shoulders, push through the hands. Hold the spine. Do one more of those. Exhale, rounding. Spine when we're ready. And we're going to come into our first downward facing dog. Exhale, lift the knees, tailbone to the sky, push back into your downward facing dog. Just finding our balance here. Nice balance between the hands and the feet. Tailbone to the sky. Your hamstrings are tight like mine, maybe walking the feet out, pedaling one by one. Squeezing into this. Arms spread nice and wide. Feet about hip apart. Nice deep breaths. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Maybe looking to the hands and gently walking our feet towards the hands. Nice generous bend in the knee here. Just hanging here. Maybe coming into a ragdoll, holding the elbows, just letting the body swing from side to side. Slowly rise vertebra by vertebra into Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale to rise, hands into prayer. We're going to go into some sun salutes. Just turn this off. Inhale to rise. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale to half rise. Nice flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the hands. And then we're going to step back with the right foot, left to join to a nice high plank. And then bring the knees down and lead with the chest. Maybe coming into a little baby cobra here just to start. Squeezing the glutes to protect the back. And exhaling into our downward facing dog. Really just pushing the tailbone to the sky. Trying to get our heels a little bit closer to the floor. Shoulders away from the ears. Nice deep breaths here. Maybe stepping forward with the left, But this time, right to join. Exhale to fall forwards. And inhale to rise. Reach up, look up, and bring the hands together. It's prayer. Maybe bending the knees. And swan diving back down. Let's do one more sun salute leg. Inhale to half rise. Exhale, fall forwards. And then stepping back with the right foot. Left to join. And then either knees, chin, chest, or come into a full chaturanga here. Cobra. Exhale. Down facing dog. Notice how the body feels here. If it feels like it's warming up a little bit, still feels like hamstrings are a little bit tight. Just keeping the movement going. Letting the feet. Whatever feels comfortable. Into the hands. Stepping or hopping, jumping. Up to meet the hands. Exhale, go forward. And inhale to rise. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fall forwards. Inhale, rise. Back. Exhale, hands down. Stepping into a high plank. Knees, chin, chest, or chaturanga. Inhaling up to cobra. And exhale, down facing dog. Another side. We're going to raise the right foot into three-legged dog. Foot nice and high. And we're going to bend the knee. Bring it close to the body and just step it between your hands. And we can come into a nice lunge here. We're going to look forward. I'm going to focus on really bringing the hips nice and forward. And then when we're ready, we're going to just plant back left knee and dance up the toe. And just really focus on nice stretch of the hips here. And then exhaling, straightening the leg, pulling the hips back into a nice stretch. And then we get some movement here, so gently moving backwards and forwards, just bending and straightening that knee at your own pace.
That's the switched, obviously switched the hang on, keep going.
Basically, that's your arms. So when we're ready, coming back into our lunge, come up now onto the fingertips, keeping your legs both nice and strong. And then what we're going to do is we're going to raise the hand and come into a stretch. Nice and strong. And we're going to exhale, twist over, hook the elbow, twisting over to the right hand side.
It might be actually at the doors below.
Focus on opening up the chest. Shoulders down, breathing. Center, placing the hands down. We're going to step back into our three-legged dog. Nice big inhale. And on the exhale, pivot forwards. And this time we're going to bring the knee to the elbow and then plant the foot on the outside of the right hand. Right hand. And then gently bringing down the knee. Now, if that feels like enough of a hip stretch for you, stay there. If you want a bit more, you can come down onto the forearms. Breathing into the stretch.
And tuck the toe at the back and push back into the leg. Okay. I'm gonna do one more stretch before we come into warriors. So we're gonna bend the knee, bring the knee close to the body and forwards, and this time we're gonna come into Uttanasana, pigeon pose. Inhale. If you want a bit of extra stretch again, exhale. Come onto the forearms, either staying there or placing the head on the forearms. Stretch down the glutes. Up the toe, push back into the leg dog. This time we're going to bend the knee, bring it close to the body and plant the foot between the hands. And we're going to come into our warrior one. Inhale to rise. It's facing forward. Nice strong legs. And exhale, warrior two. Make sure you can see your big toe over your knee. Foot and middle of the foot should be in alignment. Arms in parallel. And then breathe. And exhale. Reverse the warrior. And to warrior two. So I'm going to come into Utthita Pasvakanasana. So exhale, forward. Gaze up towards the left hand. Legs strong. Lying up on the knee. And then inhale. You rise. Hands behind, you're going to create the bind. Come into humble warrior. So inhale and exhale. Folding forwards on the inside of the leg. Keep the bind down at the bottom. It's our lady, she is here. Lovely. And inhale. Rise. Arms back into warrior two, dressing two. And then when we're ready, straighten that front leg. Come into Trikonasana. So looking ahead, leaning towards the hand. So if you're leaning over a counter, and then down. Drishti up to the top. Again, keeping the legs nice and strong, pulling up on the knee. Now I'm going to bring both the feet parallel and both in the wall. We are going to put our hands on the hips, shift the hips forward, and then exhale, gently come into our wide leg fold. Maybe placing the hands above the ground, in line with the feet, and exhale to lower. Nice deep ujjayi breaths. Inhale to half rise. Your hips, exhale, and then inhale, rise the rest of the way. Point the foot back towards the front. We're going to windmill the hands around the foot and step back into our high plank. And then from here, knees to chest, we'll take a full chaturanga. Inhale, that's good. Exhale, downward dog. So we're going to do the same thing on the left hand side this time. So we start by lifting the left foot, three-legged dog, bending the knee, stepping in between the hands and coming into a high lunge. And then from here, we come up, we bring our hands into prayer, bring our legs nice and strong, and exhale, twist over to the left-hand side, looking the elbow into the outside of the knee, opening the chest. Nice deep breaths. Center, plant the hands, and step back into three-legged dog. This time, bending the knee and stepping towards the outside of the left hand. And then we're going to gently lower the back knee, getting a nice hip stretch here. If that feels like enough of a hip stretch, that's fine. If you want more, you can bring the forearms down. And breathe. So the hands and stepping the foot back into our three-legged dog. And then between the hands again. And this time we're going to plant the back knee and we're going to straighten that front leg, shooting the hips back. And then creating movement, bringing the hips forwards and the hips back. Then we're going to straighten that front leg with a nice stretch on the hamstrings. And a nice hip stretch. Ready, stepping back into our three-legged dog. And bending the knee. Stepping it between the hands. Let's come into our warrior one. Looking up between the hands, hips face forward, and exhaling, warrior two. And let's come into reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. And then to Hasvakanasana, keeping that front knee bent. Raising the right arm, gaze up towards the ceiling. Back leg strong. And again to rise. Creating a bind. And exhale, humble warrior. Warrior two, straightening that front leg, coming to Trikonasana, leaning forwards, left hand comes down, right arm high, nice torso twist, gaze up to the ceiling. Down to rise. And now the hands down, let's step into our plank. And from here, we are going to step the right foot just behind the right hand. And then we're going to do the same thing with the left foot, coming into a squat, rising into our death squat. So exhale, and rise, exhale, and rise. And this time, let's just heel and toe our feet slightly closer together. And this time, we're going to come into our Malasana squat. So just before we finish, let's do the squat frog pose.
So what we're going to do is we are going to have our heels kissing, toes out wide, fingertips on the ground. Bring the attention to the third eye, maybe closing the eyes. And we're going to inhale, and on the exhale, straightening our legs. And that's a lower. I'm not going to make you do 26 of these, but maybe let's do 10. That's your eyes. So lower. Into seated. Bring the soles of the feet together. Holding the outside of the feet. I'm going to exhale to lower. Back comes on. Maybe taking the gaze towards the edge of the mat. Trying to keep your back a little bit flatter so you're not rounding too much through the shoulders. And using the exhale to just increase that stretch a little bit, breathing into it. Right. Come to our backs for a nice happy baby. Holding the outside of the feet. Maybe seeing if you get a fun stretch with the tailbone raised or the tailbone on the floor. Seeing what feels better to you. Maybe gently rocking from side to side. That's a nice squeeze. Coming into whatever position feels comfortable for you to relax in. Feel free to get a jumper on, socks on, whatever it is.
No, it's good. This is kind of your meditation bit. So when you finish your meditation, then we'll go to, we'll just circle around it. Then we'll just
Perfect. Great. So lying comfortably. Maybe your legs are slightly apart, arms facing up. To allow the body to settle. Allow your body to release any tension. And just take a few nice deep breaths, noticing the natural rhythm of the breath. Breathe deeply. Feel the grounded energy of the earth flowing through the body with each inhale and out with each exhale. Now imagine
a vibrant, warm red light at the base of your spine. Feel the energy of this light grounding you, connecting you to the earth. Allow any thoughts, any worries to gently drift away, knowing that you're safe, that you're grounded. Those deep breaths. Imagine that the light, the red light, is coming through your body and now it's coming just towards your navel, to the sacral chakra. Now picture that light as orange. And this orange light's representing your creating energy. So notice any sensations in your lower abdomen, around where that light is, just feeling the flow of any energy and emotions. Melt away any blocks, any stagnant energy around the area. And just relaxing, letting all thoughts melt away. the body. And then we do gently coming into the right hand side. And come into seated posture. And hands into prayer. Thumbs to the third eye. Namaste.
Okay. Gently and calmly, serenely, as we're so serene. I got to stay